I recall from your reporting one particular incident which was spotted at the Texas border, whereby you saw some migrants trying to rush into the US by force. Can you describe that scene for me and how it was?
Yeah, I mean, that was a really unexpected situation. It's something that, from covering the border, you think could be a possibility, and sources always tell you, what if I'm the only Border Patrol agent out there and they all rush me? That's something that is the worst fear among our law enforcement down there. This happened, in March, and a group of migrants had been organized by Texas soldiers who were down there under state orders by Governor Abbott. They were being organized in El Paso after crossing from Juarez, Mexico. And there were about 600 migrants. Now, they were organized into two different groups. It was women and children and families, and then single adult males. So the soldiers down there were trying to keep them in orderly lines to remove some of the single adult males back to Mexico and to leave the rest for Border Patrol. This was in front of a gate, so they knew that Border Patrol was going to come eventually, open the gate, and then process them and probably release them into the country. So when these migrants started to peel off and realize they were going back to Mexico and their fate was not what they had wanted, they became very disorderly, but it happened so quickly you couldn't really expect that they would just basically rush the border wall there. They would create so much chaos that you had soldiers who were injured. You had a soldier they were trying to take his gun, a soldier whose knee was stomped. And it just happened within seconds. It really did. And they were really able to, these migrants, overpower the soldiers down there. I mean, it was 600 versus just a few, maybe, a couple handfuls of them were there. And it was very, very scary to watch, because you think in the back of your mind as a reporter down there that something like that could possibly happen, but you don't know what it's like until you really see it. And I think that changed a lot of things for me when covering this, just looking at who are these people coming across, how do they view our law enforcement, how do they view the rule of law, what are their expectations in this country. And it was a very big turning point, I think, in this crisis.